What's good, y'all? Buckle up coming through on a quick drop special. Big ups to everybody already subbed in. Appreciate it all. If you haven't already subbed in, sub in and welcome. Of course, you all are welcome, no doubt. And of course, if you feel what I'm talking about, make sure you hit that like sign before you get out of here. Hit that like sign before you get out of here. And don't forget, you need 12 games over a 30-day period with the first 3 games free. Or you want to jump on Dollar Dash, text 443-717-1848. 443-717-1848. Text 3 words you want in. Get the free games we give out, like the one I gave out last night that's going on right now. Other than that, Sports Prediction 101 Cash App link is in the description box for those who win without a pass. I still want to show love. Alright? Now, let's get to the chop, y'all. Let's get to the chop. Alright. So, first of all, big news in boxing. Big news in boxing from the WBO. And it's all over the internet. I just came off watching it on the Boxing Voice. But it's all over the internet that the WBO has ordered Devin Haney to fight Keyshawn. Which, that's what's up. Appreciate that coming from the WBO. The WBO has ordered Devin to fight Keyshawn, and they have 20 days to do the negotiation deals, or they have to go to purse bid. Okay? So, they wasn't playing about that, like he said a couple weeks ago when they was on, when the president was on Najee channel, saying that they would enforce that by the 30th. And I appreciate that y'all stuck to your guns on that. That's what's up. That's what's up. So at this point, now that we know that, like, who gives a fuck? Don't pay bark for the bone, no motherfucking mind, y'all. You don't gotta listen to what the fuck he talking about. We already know what it is. You heard it from the horse's mouth there itself, all right? And you see what got done. So Devin can drop the belt if he's scared. If he's scared, he can drop the belt. And then we know we can look forward to Keyshawn looking forward to pursuing undisputed at 147. Keep in mind, y'all, Richard Hitchens is in that division also. Richard Hitchens has went to 147 as well. Also, listen, y'all. Bark for the Bone over there on his channel already running a false narrative because the WBO then exposed him that he don't know what the fuck he be talking about. And y'all see what's going on. Totally embarrassed over there, taking another loss. Told you got a prediction full of losses on everything that go down with him. So he over there lying to y'all right now with a whole new false narrative. Gervonta Davis is not on record saying that he will not go fight. Gervonta Davis is not on record saying that he will go fight at 147. All right, let me repeat that. Gervonta Davis is not on record saying he will go fight at 147. He's always been on record saying that he wasn't going up to 147, he's not going to 140. When they got serious about talking to him fighting in them divisions. He wasn't comfortable fighting in the division. When he went to 140, he said he really wasn't even comfortable fighting at 140. That's why he ain't stayed there. All right? He never was going to go. And no matter even playing and saying it out his mouth, that shit don't mean nothing. His team wasn't going to let that happen either. He was never going to 147. Tank was not going to fight Devin at 144. BFTB is just butthurt that the WBO called that motherfucking mandatory. Yeah, he made the WBO then called that mandatory. And guess what? I'm going to tell y'all something else. I'm fair straight down the middle, though. I'm hoping that they call the motherfucking mandatory for Tank 2 with Floyd Schofield at 135. Yeah, call that one too, y'all. Call that one too. Call that motherfucking mandatory for Tank to defend that belt that he got at 135 against Floyd Schofield, or they can strip him too. Just like they been doing Devin. Fair is fair all the way around the board. Alright? So let's hope we get the sanctioning body to deal with that situation too, with Tank. So, and BFTB just starting a new narrative. He's starting a new narrative to say Tank told DHP he not fighting the rest of the year and we can fight next year. All that shit is fake news. Fake news. When you hear Bark for the Bone tell you that, ask him, do he got the recording with Tank saying that? Ask him, do he got that? Because he wasn't in no room listening to him say it or nothing. And if he was, if somebody was in the room and they must have recorded and let him hear, tell him get the recording. So y'all can hear Tank saying that. And that's when he'll shut up. Alright? Now, other than that, I want to stop and thank y'all see I hit 11 game parlay the other day. We had some Dollar Dash people that jumped in. I want to say appreciate the cash apps from who that Mia Hoffman on Twitter. Mila, I hope I'm saying y'all names right. Mila Boom and Sam Gitmo. I appreciate that. No doubt, appreciate that. Keep coming through, and you know that's what we try to do. Try to get the, you know what I mean. Definitely send you out with that W with that bag. So yeah, that's what we do. So appreciate you showing love on that too, though. To all of y'all. But listen, y'all. Back to the boxing. We gotta start paying attention to fighters who got belts and not focusing on unifying with champions in their division, or at least fighting they fucking Mandos. We got to start clamping down on that as fans ourselves and watching that. We got to start looking out for that, y'all. Because they be doing a lot of clout chasing, trying to call each other from different divisions and shit. And we don't be realizing what's going on. Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andre clout chase Canelo name for like 5 to 7 years, sitting at 160, with Canelo at 168 and 175, and both of them was fighting at 160, fighting nobodies, not fighting each other or nothing, fighting C-level status oppositions, not fighting no Triple G's, no David Lemieux, no none of that. Yeah. They be clout chasing, y'all. It's just clout chasing to keep their name relevant. I'm telling you. A lot of clout chasing going on in boxing. That shit, they just was clout chasing using Tank and Devin names just now to try to draw up some shit real quick. They tried to do that shit. That shit ain't working. I knew that shit was phony. That shit fake as shit. So, we got Bark for the Bone on his live show yesterday bringing up the old shit about Bomac told you, bringing up the shit about Bomac told you on somebody else's channel that you didn't have a mute button. Bomac told you to stop asking stupid questions like, why did Bud go take Jeff Horn belt first at 147, knowing that was the easiest strap for Bud to go get. That was the easiest strap for Bud to go get first, because that was an in-house strap that Jeff Horn was carrying. All the other straps was on the PBC back during that time. Bud wasn't getting no fight with no PBC belt holder at that time because PBC held the politics. And we already knew that. Didn't bark for the bone. Didn't bark for the bone, aka BFTB, just admit last week how the PBC held back and fucked up so many fighters' careers and kept fighters away from getting bags like Deontay Wilder to turn down $120 million 3-fight deal offer from Dazn, or even the initial 12.5 he was offered to come take Undisputed from Anthony Joshua when he was only making $1 to $2 million a fight with the PBC. The PBC ran their ship off politics, and that's why Bob Arum was smart enough to make sure Bud got that belt off Jeff Horn at 147 and not a PBC fighter at all. And that's why Bomac told BFTB, what he talking about when he was on said that he was on a panel somewhere with Bomac. That's why Bomac told BFTB, of course Bob Arum got Bud the Jeff Horn fight first because it was the easiest route to the belt. It was the easiest route to a belt. He tried to keep trying to confuse y'all with that. But all you got to do, everything, all right, we got a good system going on now. Y'all know where to come to get unconfused. See, some people, I know I make some people say, oh, okay, so that's why he doing that? Yes. Yeah. He's just trying to confuse y'all and mix the words up. All right? No. Bomac told BFTB, of course, Bob Arum got Bud the Jeff Horn fight first because it was the easiest route to a belt, which was smart. You motherfucking right. Earl Spence wasn't fighting Bud anyway because Earl Spence, like he told everybody, had plans made to take all the belts, like he even told Bud, to take all the belts on his side of the street, and then he was going to come take the last belt up off Bud. That was the smartest, listen, for Earl Spence, that was the smartest and easiest route. The easy route. He keep trying to flip the word on with y'all, talking about making easy route seem like he went the easy way, like he was scared to go fight Earl Spence because Jeff Horn was an easier fight. Yeah, he mixing y'all up trying to say some shit like that. So for Earl Spence, that was the smartest and easiest route for Earl too, because all those belts that he got were all on the PBC. So it's no problem with saying Earl went the easiest route, because that is the easiest route. That he should have been going that route, like Bud should have been going his route. So what the fuck Bark for the Bone talking about? Easy route for Earl and the smartest. Same with Bud. It's the same with Bud taking the WBO belt from Jeff Horn, who was on Top Rank. That was the easiest route and the smartest route. So that's why Bomac told him easy route. Now, never let this cornball goofy tell y'all he said anything that meant anything to Bomac. And when you listen to that video, if you ever get a chance to listen to that video and you see where they hollering at each other, if you listen to that video closely, you will hear Bomac saying, "Who is this guy asking a stupid ass question?" That's what you hear Bomac saying about BFTB. Who is this guy asking a stupid ass question? Cornball ass dummy. Now y'all know what the easy route talk was about. That's what the easy route talk was about. Now, let me ask y'all something. Is Bark for the Bone, aka BFTB, the same guy that says Devin has done more than Floyd because Devin accomplished undisputed, right? He already says Devin has done more than Floyd because Devin has accomplished undisputed. Floyd is a 5-division champion, and he was one belt away from undisputed at 147. Devin is a 3-division champion with undisputed, but Devin hasn't accomplished 5 division yet either, just like Floyd didn't accomplish undisputed. So Floyd has something Devin didn't do, and Devin has something Floyd didn't do, and going undisputed. Cool. And according to BFTB, Devin has accomplished more than Floyd as far as accolades, right? Forget the money we talking accolades, all right? So how could you say Devin done more than Floyd, but Bud still hasn't surpassed Floyd? Without just hating on Bud. Just being a straight hater of Bud. That tell you right in itself. How you gonna say Bud hasn't surpassed Floyd in accolades when anybody smart can clearly see you're capping? You capping. What you sitting there capping for? Anybody can go on the records and clearly see you capping. You say Floyd passed the torch to Canelo when they fought, and then in the same fucking live show, y'all, in the same fucking live show, this delusional, crazy, dummy motherfucker, in the same live show, he said, Floyd passed the torch to Canelo when they fought, but Canelo didn't pass the torch. Canelo didn't pass the torch to Bud after they fought. He say shit that's so dumbfounded, it's funny. At the same time, it's funny. How he figure Canelo didn't pass the torch to Bud when Bud came to his division to fight the man and beat him? Of course Canelo passed the torch to Bud. Bud, to a lot of people right now, is in the top 10 greatest of all time. I ask people for the fuck of it, where is Bud in your top 10? And they telling me 5, 4, and 3. The only reason they don't argue number 1 with Muhammad Ali is because Ali resume trashes Bud resume as far as opposition. And how many times Ali fought, how many times Ali fought some of those guys like Joe Frazier and Ken Norton, full of destruction, over and over. Other than that, Bud is in the conversation for the greatest of all time. We can also add the fact that Bud stopped everybody he fought in the 147-pound division, and everybody that he fought in the 47-pound division. And he beat the guy that Bark for the Bone said would annihilate him worse than everybody in the division that he beat previously before he trashed Spence. And as far as Bud accolades, we talking about a 5-division champion, 3-time undisputed. 5-division champion, 3-time undisputed. Nobody won't be beating those stats for a long fucking time. Believe what I tell you. Nobody will be beating those stats for a long time. These grapes delicious. Them green ones. Yeah, them green ones gonna be off the chain. Yeah. But, come on now. Um, uh, a 5-division champion, 3-time undisputed. Nobody won't be beating those stats for a long time. Bud told us he 10 steps ahead of Boots and smarts and in that ring. Just like Sugar Ray Leonard or Antonio Tarver or so many other fighters tell you how they feel they match up against other fighters they never had a chance to fight. Bud answered the questions and made the statements that were factual statements. Nobody giving two fuck whether Bud liked their comments or not. But nobody gives two fucks whether you like Bud comments or not. What Bud got to say. Nobody gives two fucks about that. Complaining about that in your whole show about what Bud choose to talk about. You wasn't saying that when you was choosing to talk about him, when y'all was saying keep talking about him and Boots and saying he ducked Boots and all that shit. When he wasn't answering that shit, you wasn't saying shit then. I mean, talking about because Bud is known globally, he can't talk like he talk. He shouldn't be saying anything about Boots that sound like a shot. Shut your goofball dummy ass the fuck up and get that thong out your ass. If Boots would have been talking like you talking for Boots, yeah, Bud might be coming out of retirement. I mean, Bud just making sure everything good before he go, Bud making sure everything good, before he go quiet again. He just making sure everything good before he go quiet again. And he shouldn't be hearing his name being mixed up with Boots in near future conversations. That's all. That's all. So he's speaking on everything now while they both open with no fighters in front of them. Just in case they want to see if it can get made and get over with. So now Bud can go quiet, and channels like Bark for the Bone, aka BFTB, should shut the fuck up about it as well. I wish Boots the best at 154, and it's no secret that 154 got a monster by the name of Fondora. Boots got a lot to focus on at 154. And Bud is the last kind of problem you want to have when you already got Fondora in the same neighborhood. You feel me? Then BFTB talk like Bud been fighting at 168 his whole career. Talking about if Bud come back to 154, Boots would stop Bud. That's the goofy talk. That's that goofy talk right there. But like I said earlier, Boots not saying what BFTB saying. So I got Bud falling back. So Bud gonna fall back. The YouTuber that talks from his bathroom only talks a lot. He only talks a lot, and most of the shit that he say, he just talk a lot. Most of the shit that he say, it don't have no foundation at all. At all. You feel me? Listen, Bud's conditioning is crazy. Don't sleep on it at all. All right? Right now, Bud's conditioning is crazy. If he think Bud's sitting around getting fat, you still don't know Bud's determination that he taught you while he was here. You still don't know Bud's determination to be great and to stay on top long as he can even if that means performing out of retirement. All right? Don't get it fucked up and think that Bud won't come perform out of retirement if he have to. Believe what I tell you. And for the next 5 years, pulling Bud out of retirement, you gonna get the same outcome you've been getting. Somebody who's supposed to be somebody getting beat the fuck up. Real shit. See y'all on the Get Back.
Pushing bags up, but now we push up daisies. I remember I was counting up a mill in my Mercedes. I remember having dreams about a mill in a Mercedes. I remember I was waiting for a plug like a blessing. I remember them corner days on truck and 22nd. I remember LB and beans and Fetti cash in the trap. I remember it was Perion that gave me my first strap. I remember me and Cartridge and Slick Pig outside. I remember saying chill bro, big bro, about to come back. I remember them dark days and bitches didn't even notice me. I remember when I popped out new whip, everybody noticed me. I remember niggas funny faces when they found out what I was singing. I remember feeling like Ace that day he walked out the cleaners. I remember being young as hell, but feeling so insecure. I remember I was looking in the mirror, then I started seeing more. I remember Montana bucks, dice, and Fetti cash for the summer. I remember the day I fell in love, it was with King. I remember choosing loyalty over royalty, I can prove it. I remember I ain't never make none of my niggas look foolish. I remember I ain't never let none of my niggas feel useless. I remember that it's only me who was the only one looking stupid. I remember that first $1 million check, had it in my hand. I remember that the one I gave it to, we probably never speak again. And I remember about a defamation case I ain't never even known about. I remember if you love me, how you say why you ain't throw it out. I remember feeling X'd out, getting left out by the refs. I remember feeling drained out, nigga, I ain't had nothing left. I remember grabbing 30 bricks and I put that on my shit. I remember feeling better now that I got it on my chest. I remember, you know my name, no limit, ain't shit changed. I was playing with them jeans way before my fame. Load up, cock it and bang. I stayed solid, was locked in with gang. I bought a brick before I bought me a chain. There's so many hits, how the fuck I'm still sane? Let's take a trip down memory lane. Nigga, I remember G-Fazo died. Laying on my bed, I couldn't stop crying. Remember my mama ain't let me outside, but I slept right back out on the 9. Remember 14, bought my first iron. Old ass 38, ain't even shine. Ain't give a fuck though, cause it was mine. Waiting on the fuck nigga, get out of line.